Okay, so I am live. So this is what it is all about. Share your screen with your audience. Click that button so it looks like I can share a screen if I wanted. I've never done this before on YouTube, so I thought I would check it out. I'm getting things popped up on my monitor here. Let me make that a little smaller. If somebody comes on here and happens to see this, say hi or something so I know that someone's here. Let's see, new managing moderators can support. So it looks like there can be moderators. Okay. And then it says learn more. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. I want to guard my privacy, apparently. Okay, good. Um, let's see. Is there anything else on here that I need to know? Now, I don't know how people know this is going on. I've never attended a live on YouTube. And it looks like there's one person here right now. I'm assuming that is me. Okay. Let me hang out for a minute and see if someone else comes along. The picture looks good, it seems like. You know, I use my webcam a lot for a lot of Zooms and other meetings, and for some reason this looks particularly good. So that's nice. And let's see. Hey, Charles. All right, Charles. All right, you're my first one here. I've never done this before, and so thank you for popping in. Let me let me see if I. All right. So I can see how that chat works a little bit. Um, so yeah, so I'm in Southern Oregon. I don't know where you are, and I don't know if anybody else is here. It's interesting because it shows the number of people, and it still shows one, but Charles is here, which I think would have made him two, but unless he came on and left real quick, I don't know. Now let me see. There's this here. Oh my goodness! So that I now all of a sudden I clicked a thing and my whole window went away. I don't know what happened. Let's see if I can get it back to where I was. Boy. I apologize. I do not know. I assume this is still, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what happened is it opened up a new tab in the browser, then took me to that tab, and I had a whole lot of tabs open. So it was at the end of the line off the monitor. So anyway, pretty cool. This is kind of a neat setup. I wanted to say, Charles, future. I hope Santa really sent from Central New York. Oh wow. Well, you're talking to the right guy. I don't know if that was accidental. I don't know if you follow my YouTube channel or just who gets notified of these, but I have a little group we call the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. You can go to worldwidesantaclausnetwork.com. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of Santa and Mrs. Claus, what I call portrayal artists. Santa's helpers is another way to say it, all around the world. It's just such a wonderful group. I mean, we have, of course, thousands in the United States and in North America and Canada, some in Mexico. And then we have Santa helpers in Australia and all over Europe and in Japan. It's just an amazing thing. So if you're interested in that, in fact, I have another website you can go to as well that get you some free information real quick. It's called North Pole Neighbors, northpoleneighbors.com. And in that one, you can go and download you get 3 free little ebooks that'll really get you started if you're interested in helping old Santa out as either Santa or Mrs. Claus. Definitely go over to that website. I'm going to put a link in here. I'm assuming I can do that, or maybe I can't. I don't know. I'll try and see what happens. So yeah, I put a link in there, so hopefully you can see that. I hope I'm not violating any kind of rule here on that. I don't know. Tim Marsh, hey Tim, All right. So I'm wondering too. I think you might, Tim. I think you might subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'm wondering if people get notified of this. The subscribers get notified, or I wonder if there's some other way. Like I say, I've never been notified of anyone going live, but it was an interesting situation. My wife is an artist, and now she's taken up this new hobby of what they call junk journals. You make a journal, and it's awesome. I mean, they do everything from making all these wonderful designs and making it into a book and sewing the paper together. It's just amazing, big thing. Anyway, in that she's found some online helpers, right? Some educators online, and one of them that she connected up with mentioned that she goes live on YouTube and that she goes on there 2 to 3 hours at a time, multiple, very frequently, several times a month. I think even several times a week. And I went over and checked out her channel, and it's awesome. She does it, she does little demos on how she's the craft that she does, and she has like an overhead camera, and it shows her doing the thing while she's explaining it. And like I say, it's pretty cool. But it got me thinking, like, okay, what is this the whole YouTube thing live all about? But I've been putting videos onto YouTube for many, many, many years, but never done one of these live. So anyway, it's kind of cool. Tim says, I do subscribe, but I just ran into you. Oh, interesting. Were you in uh, YouTube? Was YouTube open one of your browser tabs, or I'm just curious about how people get notified. I'm sure when I get off of this, I could probably Google it and see. But I am curious. Um, yeah, yeah, Charles says, "Cool, I appreciate it." Charles, I just have to tell you, if you're even considering portraying Santa, I just hope so much that you will take a few minutes and look at the Worldwide Santa Claus Network, look at North Pole Neighbors, look at all the reviews. We have dozens and dozens and dozens of reviews, and yes, look at it, and hopefully you'll want to join our online school, our online program. But even if you don't, if you just read what people say, the Santas and Mrs. Clauses who portray Santa, and you will feel their passion and their enthusiasm and the joy that they get from doing this. And I wish you that. Regardless of the path you take to get there, if you feel just an inkling towards this, I just have to tell you that the more you get into it, the more you'll be glad that you do, the more you'll love it. At least that's been my experience, and the experience of thousands of Santas that I've been acquainted with over the years. This is my 21st year portraying Santa. In fact, just this morning, earlier today, 10 o'clock Pacific time, I had a 25-minute visit via Zoom with a child for his birthday. It was his birthday today. And this is my 4th year talking to him on his birthday. We talk at Christmas season as well, and then on his birthday we talk, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. And as the relationship develops, right? Over years, the conversation, it deepens. You're able to talk about more and about more in depth, and I keep notes, so I'm able to reference back. And this kid is particularly sharp and just remembers everything about every conversation and brings that up. So anyway, a ton of fun. Looking for another channel at the time. How interesting, Tim. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for sharing that. I'm, uh, I think this might be kind of fun. I've done a fair amount on TikTok. I think we're about 10,000 subscribers on TikTok, and done that. I may do more of that. I'm sure I will. But this would be great too. I kind of like this idea. So now it says there's 4 people on here, and I've been on here for now 3. So somebody decided to go away, and I get that. Um, and we've been on for 9.5 minutes. All right. Very nice. Very nice. I just wish there was a two-way way, right? It would be fun to be able to talk to each other more. Let's see. So there's a thing that says I can share the screen. Don't really want to do that. This one says share. If I'm going to click it, and if I go away or something, sorry, but I'm just going to click this and see what happens. Oh, this allows me to, I guess. Oh, this is a link. So I have this link that I can share on X or on email or on Facebook. It looks like. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit the Facebook share. Again, you disappeared on me, but I get what happened now. I just opened into another tab. So this is saying I can put this on my. All right. So I'm just going to do this. I'm testing YouTube live, then please join here. All right, and then it looks like, how do I publish that? Well, it goes to my feed, but I'm not seeing anywhere where it says publish. Share to feed or story, feed, interesting. Oh, post to oh, giant, big, long thing at the very bottom. Okay, so it's posting to Facebook. Now it appears to have completed the Facebook post. So now I guess we'll hang on for another few minutes and see if people come over from Facebook. In fact, I'm going to put a little note in the chat. If you saw my FB post, please let me know. Okay, cool. Nice. All right, so we'll see how that goes. Now there's only a couple of us left. Now let's see. I mean, since we're hanging around a minute doing this little social experiment, right? Is that what we're doing? A social experiment? While we're waiting. Well, let's see. What else can we do here? What else can we do? Well, you know, what do I have handy here? Want to do a little Christmas trivia? We could do some of that. I have some of these cards hanging handy. That might be fun. Let's see. I have a couple things here that are not yet opened, but I have some that are. I played this. I do some visits with company type parties via Zoom. Okay, and I have these. These are one of the activities that we do at some of those parties. What singer, famous for the song "Good Golly Miss Molly," was born on Christmas Day in 1932? Boy, that goes back a ways. 1932. What would that make him? 32, and it's 24, so that'd be 92, huh? Wow. You know who it is? Little Richard. Good golly, Miss Molly. All right. I didn't know he was born on Christmas. By the way, we just had a February 29th, a leap day. And that happens to be Tony Robbins' birthday. For a number of years, Tony was a client of mine, and I'd been to his birthday party on several occasions. And it was born on the 29th of February. So a leap baby. North Pole question. What billionaire tried to airlift 28 tons of medicine and Christmas gifts to America POWs in North Vietnam in 1969? Well, you can tell these are not exactly kids' questions, are they? But that was Ross Perot. I had no idea that. I had no idea. Now here's one. 2 of Santa's reindeer have names beginning with the letter C. Can you name them? Throw that in the chat. All right, there's a few more on here. Okay, let's see. If you happen to come over from Facebook, if you saw my little Facebook post, I'm brand new here on the YouTube thing, and I saw a little thing that says share, and I shared it over to Facebook just to see if anybody on Facebook would see it and come over here. And if you did, comment Cupid, says Tim Marsh. Exactly. But if you saw me on Facebook, please put something in the chat here just so I know that that happened. Let's see what else they have. These are kind of fun. Um, here's a Christmas entertainment question. How many reindeer did Santa have by 1823? Not how many does he have, but how many did he have by eight? I've been taking it that he added to the team of reindeer, probably as a population grew, right? But by eight, according to poet Clement Moore. So they're going to the Clement Moore poem and determining the number of reindeer. Any takers on that? The number of reindeer in 1823 when Clement Moore wrote the poem. This should be easy for you Santas out there. There it is, 8. That's right, number 8. Here's a true or false. Sorry, I just got into it now. True or false? What's it say? It's traditional in Mexico to have Christmas decorations up by December 16 at the latest. Okay, that's true. That is true. That it's traditional in Mexico to have your Christmas decorations up by December 16th at the latest. That almost wants you to do a little Google search, right? And find out the significance of that. Santa Tom, hey Santa Tom, welcome. We're just we're just checking this out a little bit. My first time doing a YouTube live, and I hope the sound and the video quality and all that is okay. I assume, and again, I my first time, and I didn't read all the directions. I just kind of went for it. But I'm assuming this will be saved and probably post up to the YouTube channel afterwards. I'll go back and take a look at it. But anyway, if you came over from Facebook, if there's an option on here to share, and I chose to share it over to Facebook, and I'm just curious if anybody on Facebook saw that post and actually jumped over here to watch this. I'm curious about that. Here's another little trivia question. How many performers have recorded Winter Wonderland? Under 100 or over 100? Over 100. Over 100 different performers have performed Winter Wonderland. I think we could have all guessed that. Um, oh, wow. So a couple of you saw it on Facebook. Cool. All right. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know that little link, I don't know what it looks like. I haven't went over to my Facebook to check it out, but there's a little share here, and I hit that, and then it says, where do you want to share? And I chose Facebook, and so anyway, that's what's going on there. So we're just kind of hanging out here a little bit. Christmas carols. Here's the question. What are the bells attached to in the Christmas carol Jingle Bells? Now everybody's singing the song in your head from it, right? Jingle bells, jingle. So what are the jingle bells attached to? It's a pretty easy one, right? Saw this on FB. All right. Hey, AJ, you saw it too. Okay, cool. And somebody tell me, what are the jingle bells in the song Jingle Bells? What are the bells actually attached to? One horse open sleigh, yes, but like they would say on Jeopardy, a little more specific. The harness, yeah, well, yes. Open horse. This is saying bobtails. Bells on bobtails ring, right? So anyway, that's kind of a good one. Gets you thinking a little bit. Here's a North Pole question. For a time in France, Pierre Noel only gave presents to boys who gave presents to only gave presents to boys who gave presents. I'm reading this weird. For a time in France, Pierre Noel only gave presents to boys. Who gave presents to girls? Now, I had never heard this before. So Pierre Noel only gave presents to boys. Who gave the presents to the girls? Anybody? I had no idea of this. It's his wife, Lucy. His wife gave the presents to the girls. Hey, Barry Spencer. Good to see you on here. Good to see you on here. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Let's see. We'll do a couple more of these. I'll probably wrap up here before too long. How many are here? Six people. All right. So and just to give a little update, what happened was I saw my wife is adopted a new hobby, and while she's learning about this new hobby, she's finding all these YouTube videos. Well, one of the people that she found does these live YouTubes, and I think it's a couple of times a week, and it was fascinating. And she's on there for like 3 hours, teaching a thing, and this is a craft. So she has an overhead camera and you can see her hands as she's kind of narrating what she's doing, putting this stuff together. But it goes on really for hours. It's fascinating. And if it was something that you're interested in, I mean, you would love it because you're getting a tutorial, right? I mean, learning specifically exactly how to do it, watching someone do it. So anyway, my wife was telling me about watching these videos, and I thought, oh wow, let me go check it out. I haven't heard of anything like that. So I went and checked it out, and here I am. So I just started hitting buttons on YouTube and said, hey, how do I go live, right? And so I wound up doing it. So you're a part of my very first YouTube live thing. Now this says Pocono Sand Encounter says Lucy Noel can't help but here, Ricky, Lucy. Good. Yeah, that's good. I didn't get anything on Facebook. All right, Barry. So you just saw it on YouTube, I guess. All right. All right. Well, here, let me throw up another one of these. Where were the remains of Saint Nicholas enshrined in the 11th century? So the remains of Saint Nicholas, where were they enshrined in the 11th century? I actually did know this. It's in Bari, Italy. Bari, Italy. Yeah. So that's interesting. Here's one. All of the Santas, and I'm seeing that there's a number of Santas on here. Who was Buddy in the 2003 film Elf? We all know that, right? We all know that. I'll share it with you real quick. Well, you guys throw it in there. I'll give you a little minute to throw it in. Yeah, Will, that's right. Will Ferrell. And I don't remember the year now. Maybe it was 20. I don't know. Maybe it was 14 or 15 or somewhere in there. And I get a call, and my wife happens to be with me, and then I was in Los Angeles at the time. I live in Oregon, but I also had a place in Los Angeles that I'd go down to do Christmas stuff, a lot of entertainment, movies, commercials, all that kind of stuff. And I get this call, and they're asking if I could could make it to at a certain day and time, and it was like the next day. It was like coming right up. To be at a studio, and I had a commitment right up against it, and they didn't tell me what the shoot was for, but other than to say it was a movie trailer, and I can do it, but I have to have in the entertainment industry they call it a hard out, meaning that I had to leave at this time absolutely positively in order to make my next commitment. And they said no problem, we'll do that. We understand, no problem. Okay. So I said, yeah, I could do it. Well, I show up, and I have my wife with me the next day. We show up to the studio, and we're still not real sure exactly what we're doing. But the long and short of it is, wound up doing a movie trailer with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, and it was for a movie called Daddy's Home. And it was really, really fun. I mean, it was a lot of waiting. I have to be honest. I mean, we waited. I was there a couple hours or more than that early, waiting to get the set and waiting for the stars, right, to come in. But boy, once they got there, it was so much fun, and it went really fast. And Will is incredibly funny. It was just a hilarious experience, and one of those things that you just come out of the just out of the blue, right? I mean, now I'm a bit of a marketer. A lot of the guys know that, and so this was a result of some of the marketing that I had done that I wound up getting the call. But what a wonderful surprise and experience that was, and what a great movie. And then actually several years later, I was able to work with Ed Asner in another film, and that was really fun. And then I spent some time at the film premiere with Ed, talking with him, um, and just a really neat guy. It was, I mean, he had a nice full life, but it's always hard and sad to see him, see people like that go. Anyway, holiday traditions. Here's one. What non-Christian religious holiday coincided with Christmas in 1978? What non-Christian religious holiday coincided with Christmas in 1978? Well, that's a tough one for me. That's a hard one. But I don't know how long, if there's a lag time, I but if anybody knows the answer, throw it into the chat. I'll keep an eye on that for a minute. Um, Festivus? No, good guess, but no. Hanukkah. That's right, Charles Smithers. Great job. Yeah, Hanukkah. Hanukkah was on Christmas in 1978. Let's see. What else do we have here? Here's another. We'll go to another. So what I'm doing is I have these cards. One of the things that I do, excuse me. Some of you who know me know that I do a fair amount of Zoom calls these days. Since I've done them since 2008 or 9. At that time it was Skype, but doing video calls, I've done those for a long time, way before the pandemic. But when the pandemic came, I did, of course, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, like 600 of them, and since then I haven't maintained that level, but I do a lot every year, do hundreds of them, and and one of the things that I wind up doing is a lot of company parties. I've been, incredibly fortunate. I've had company parties for Facebook and Amazon and just all kinds of big tech companies, Google, and a whole bunch of others. But oftentimes we have activities, and one of the groups we were doing, one of the company parties, they wanted to do a trivia question. So I have these trivia cards. So anyway, that they happen to be sitting here beside me, and I pulled them out for a little entertainment value here on our YouTube Live. Here's a holiday tradition question. How many feathers? Wait a minute. Okay, I guess it's a holiday tradition, not exactly Christmas, but how many feathers does an adult male turkey have? 3,500 or 35,000? 3,500 or 35,000? Oh man, that I might would have got this wrong. I don't know. I don't know what I would have said if the answer's right here. That's the unfortunate part. Sometimes you have to look on the back or something. That would have been better. But I'm not sure what I would have said, but I think I might have got this one wrong. Anybody taking a guess? How many feathers does an adult male turkey have? 3,500 or 35,000? Yeah, I'm looking in the chat. Anybody going to venture a guess? Yeah, 3,500. Now, you didn't go to Google now, I did you? Yeah, 3,500 is what they're saying. Yeah, 100, Tim Marsh says. Yeah, 35,000 is a lot of feathers. But anybody that's ever been a hunter, now I've never been turkey hunting, but I've shot a lot of ducks and geese. And if you're plucking them, you're doing a lot of plucking. I don't know if 35,000 or not, but it feels like it. No, it was 3,500, Barry, 3,500. They say. So that's the answer to that. What else do we have here? Yeah, some of these are not great. Let's go to another card. Let's see what we have here. Oh, I did not know this. I didn't know this is a thing. Now I'm going to have to Google it and find out exactly what it is. but it's called a Christmas entertainment question. And the question is this: what animation technique, what animation technique was used in the making of The Polar Express, the movie, The Polar Express? We're talking about an animation technique. I guess I wasn't aware that there were animation techniques. Um, but if you happen to know this, throw it into the chat. What animation technique was used in making The Polar Express? I'll give you a quick second. I, I mean, again, a lot of people know a whole lot of stuff I don't know, so maybe you know the answer to this. I had no clue. I've never heard of this before. And I so I'm gonna throw the answer out. They say it is performance capture. Performance capture. So it makes me wonder, and it seems like this might be the case where they actually do the performance like real people doing the thing, and then they turn that into an animation. That's what it sounds like, a performance capture. So if that's the case, that's interesting. Um, we're going to come back to another oh well, this is Thanksgiving and Christmas. It says how many pounds of turkey are eaten in America between Thanksgiving and Christmas? And then we have multiple choice here: 25 million, 35 million, or 45 million pounds. Boy, that's a lot of turkey, isn't it? 25 million pounds, 35 million pounds, or 45 million pounds. The amount of turkey eaten between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Wow. And so you just put in 25, 35, or 45. 35 mil. I'm going to say no, that's not, that was the middle guess. No, not Mama Bear. Hey, Santa Daniel. Good to have you on here. They are actually saying that it's 45 million total guess, but I'm going up to 45. That's exactly what they're saying. 45 million pounds. What's a turkey? So a turkey is about 20 pounds. So what is that? About 8 million turkeys. My goodness. All right, let's see. We'll do it. We'll do another couple of these, and then we'll get on to something else, or probably just get on with the day, right? But let's see, what does this say? Christmas Carols question: which horror movie actor won a Grammy in 1967 for How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Which horror movie actor won a Grammy in 1967 for How the Grinch Stole Christmas? See, some of you guys probably know this kind of stuff. I do not, but I guess as I read the answer, yes, Boris. Good job, Charles. Yeah, see, you guys all know this. Oh, and then with 330 million Americans, I'm surprised the number's not higher on the turkeys. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that is true. Um, although you figure there's probably what, 3 or 4 per household, right? Probably 3 or 4 per. So it's 100 million households. Then how many of them actually have turkey on households? Well, and there's probably more than that because I don't know what ages, right? Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it'd be interesting to know. I don't know. I know about the 330 million population, but I don't know how many households that represents. Um, but I guess it must be 100 million probably, right? So anyway, um, all right. Let's see. In the 1964 classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who wanted to be a dentist? Who wanted to be a dentist in the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer classic? You guys will get this. Somebody will get this. Who wanted to be the dentist? The elf, but I don't remember his name. Yeah. His name is anybody? Who's going to give it a go? No, not Tim. It's not Tim. It is. You're going to kick yourself when I say it because you're going to know. Anybody else? Let me put this back. I'm looking down over here because that's where the chat box thing. Hermie is his name. Hermie. All right. Hey, well, thank you for joining on here. This is kind of fun. I look forward to looking back at um, Fred is actually Santa's brother in a movie. But no, Hermie was the elf who wanted to be a dentist, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All right. Hey, again, thank you for popping on with me. This is kind of fun, kind of a neat little thing. And by the way, we've had a couple of spring-like days here in Southern Oregon. We're in a valley, not up in the mountains. It's just been beautiful. The flowers are starting to come out. But overnight and this morning, we had some snow. I mean, not a lot. It's melted now, but man, it was come down just beautiful, right? Don't you just love it when that snow just comes down? And Lori and I, we went over to the store, and I just said as we were driving over and parking in the lot, I said, it just feels like we're in a Christmas movie, right? It was like the sky just had that gray, snow look, and the light flakes were just coming down. It was just really, really beautiful. And we hadn't had that at all this year, so I'm glad that we got at least a little taste of it, right? It's always nice. Anyway, thank you again. Thank you for being here, and thanks for reporting in when you found it over on Facebook. And I'll talk to you sometime soon. Oh, by the way, if you're not familiar, we're going to do a Facebook Live tomorrow on Facebook at 1:00 Pacific, 4 Eastern. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. I call it our Claus Mastery Monday. We're going to be talking about just different things that we can do to become even more extraordinary in our portrayal of Santa or Mrs. Claus. But one of the things that I'm going to touch on also during that session is how I was signed by an agent here in Southern Oregon this past week. Last Wednesday, I went in and signed up the paperwork, got everything taken care of. And now this is a talent agent, not a booking agent. And then what the talent agents do, they help you get auditions for television commercials and television shows and movies, and those are shot across the country. Everybody just thinks of Hollywood or maybe New York or the big markets, but in all the cities all over the country, people shoot commercials and television shows and all of that. And I just have to tell you, this little agency, and again, it's a small little agency, and we're in a very rural area, 200,000 people in our county. So it's a small, we're in the 135th largest media market in the country, right? So we're a way down the list. But they were just stoked. They were thrilled that they had found a Santa, and thought that they could definitely get book me auditions for parts as Santa parts. And as we were talking more and more, they thought there might be some additional opportunities just for like man on the street, everyday person kind of things here in Southern Oregon too. And it was surprising to me that they said the bulk of their requests for talent, actors, are for people between the ages of about 40 and 70. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. I'm on the top end of that spectrum, but I thought it was interesting. I would have thought 20 something, but anyway, it was kind of neat. Had a mild winter here in Pennsylvania. Yeah. We did the same. All right. Hey, I will again hop off. Hope to see you on our live on Monday, which, by the way, is my 70th birthday. I will be 70 on Monday, and we're celebrating it tomorrow. I have my little birthday get together tomorrow, so that'll be fun. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.